Statistics 101, taught by me, Sebastian Thurman, and by Adam Sherwin, who's our assistant instructor doing a lot of work in the background. I figure I start with giving you a teaser, a challenging teaser, and I'm going to provoke you. So this is you, and I believe you should be unhappy. Not because our class is so bad, but you and I will prove in a second that you are unpopular. And the reason why I show this is to show you how deep statistics is and how we can easily fool ourselves. So let's dive in. Let's say there's two types of people for simplicity, type A and type B. Type A are the popular ones. They have 80 friends. And type B are less popular. They only have 20 friends. You might now say that I don't know which type you are, so I will compute your what's called the expected or average number of friends. And to do so, I assume that half of the people are of type A and half of the people are of type B. So here's your very first quiz in this class. Into this box, enter what you think is the expected or average number of friends if you have a 50% chance of being a type A and a 50% chance of being a type B. Type it in here. When you're done, there's a submit button somewhere down here. You can see if your answer is correct. Regardless of whether you finish this or not, at some point just hit the next button and you see my answer. And my answer is 50 friends. And the way I get there is I don't know what type you are. With 50% chance or a half, you're type A, in which case you have 80 friends. And with 50% chance you're type B and have 20 friends. That gives me this equation over here as the expected number of friends. Working this out means you have 40 plus 10 equals 50 friends. So far, so good. But why are you unpopular? So here is your Facebook or G+ page. And of course you're smiling. And on it is a list of friends, and we already know it's either 80 or 20 friends. So in expectation it's 50 friends. And let's pick a random one of your friends, like this one. This person will also have a Facebook or a G+ page. So before I raise the question how many friends this person has, let's consider that this might be either a type A or a type B person. And keep in mind that type A have 80 friends, type B have 20 friends. The question I have for you is, what are the chances you picked a type A friend? This should be a number between 0 and 1. And I'm also going to ask you for the opposite. What are the chances you picked a type B? Please enter both numbers, and these numbers should sum up to 1. Submit, and then next. And I should warn you, this is a challenging question. If you don't get this right, don't worry. This is the type of stuff you'll know when you've taken the class. I just want to tease you a little bit in the beginning. And here's the interesting finding. Because type A's are so much more popular, your chances of linking to a type A is 0.8. To see, let's take the extreme view. Suppose type B's had 0 friends, then you'd never link to a type B. You link to type A to type B in proportion of 80 to 20. So type B would be 0.2. That means most of your friends you link to are type A. They're the type people that happen to be popular. So let's now get back and ask the real question. In expectation, how many friends does this friend of yours have? Please put your number right here. And again, it's a challenging question. Don't get disturbed if you don't know the answer. That type of stuff we'll study in and out. And here's my surprising answer. It is 68 friends. Who would have thought? The way to get there is with 0.8 chance you pick a type A, was 80 friends. And with 0.2 chance, you pick a type B, was 20 friends. If you work this out, this is 64 plus 4 makes 68. So your friend in expectation will have 68 friends, where you will only have 50 in expectation. So, sorry, I think you are unpopular in expectation. So let's talk about this class. Most of the material is very basic. It's the first class you would have in college if you're not a statistics major. We teach you things how to visualize data, how to summarize it, how to run tests, and even find trends. But there's also a few nuggets in there that are challenges. These are optional, and they're clearly marked as optional, but I will let you prove some theorems along the way using little games that I play with you. And most important, you'll be afforded the possibility to program the things you've learned. And again, this is optional, because I don't expect you to have a programming background. But give it a try. I believe through programming, you learn the material much better than any other way. So it's optional. You can understand all the material without it. But I would recommend to give it a try if you know how to program.